Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, within EDC, we all know there's those knickknacks, there's those doohickeys, those whatnots that we carry around in our pockets. Some of them generally are just because we like to carry them, but sometimes they can actually be useful. And that's where MecArmy got in touch and said that they had a new titanium caliper which is beautifully named, the RU01. So this is a small titanium caliper just for measuring bits and bobs, but it's perfect for the EDC types that just like to be checking small measurements. This is also on Kickstarter. I said I'd have a look at it whilst it's still on Kickstarter and give you guys my opinions. So yes, now I think it's a good point to turn around the camera and take a closer look. So here we have the RU01 titanium calipers. Now, as you can guess, hopefully from the naming convention, the material this is made from is a nice and light titanium. As far as the weight is concerned of these, they are incredibly light. They come in at 39.7 grams. Measurements are concerned, it is exactly 100 millimeters. As far as the width on here is concerned, it comes in at 24 millimeters. Of course, I'll put the measurements down here in inches as well for you guys that are still working on those old-fashioned numbers. And then the thickness comes in at just 5 millimeters. Now, when this extends out, I'm just going to stop it there for now. This comes in at 155 millimeters. Now, to operate this, the slide as this comes out, it's not going to fall out in your pocket. It's made in such a way that this end here, you have to depress this down for it then to come out, and then you'll find that just here there is a detent that stops it from coming out. Now, you can take it completely out, you just have to push down the same bit again and you'll see that this arm will come out. Now, you'll have to excuse my engineering terms. I'm not sure if this is called the body and this is called the arm, but this is what I've decided to call it today. But as far as your millimeters is concerned, it goes from 0 millimeters all the way up to 55 millimeters, and it goes. You have imperial measurements here at the top. You have 1 inch, 2 inch, and then 3/16 is it, I guess. The way in which it works, as mentioned, you have to kind of press this down. So what they've done is, where the end is here, similar to how you'd have it as a spring on a knife. So to get it back in, you just have to push it down. You'll hear that first detent. If you press it down again, then that will close it in there for you. On the end here, there is a loop, so if you wanted to put a small lanyard on there, just so that it's easy to be able to find when it's in your pocket, then you certainly can do. Now, on the rear, so this arm, I'm going to say this is roughly about 3 millimeters thick, because when you close it, there is a small shelf here, or there's a step down from where it goes from about 5 millimeters downwards. I'm an aesthetics kind of guy. I'm not an engineering kind of guy. It's not what I work in. For me, I would have made this end just as thick as that, so that there isn't that kind of step down. That's just me. I don't think it takes anything away from the operation of this. But just being able to get something quickly. Here's a pen that I used on a daily basis. Push that in. I know that is. Actually, it's just less than 1 millimeter. It's just less than 10 millimeters. Now, some of you may be going, well, you know, if you'd got one of those electronic ones, you'll be able to say, well, actually, it's 9.5 millimeters. And yeah, do you know what? You're right. I don't think that's what this is about. This is about short. This is about quick and simple measurements. Millimeters is, for, you know, my choice. But again, so if I wanted to know the thickness of this, I can see that it's roughly 11 millimeters. Here at the end where it's its thinnest, I can see it's roughly 21 millimeters, but this does taper out here at the end. What's the widest? I can see that it's roughly 24 millimeters. If we're talking about blade stock width, the blade stock width on this is 3 millimeters. very easy to be able to do those quick measurements. Now these aren't built by the same company. This is from Who Knives, but these two go incredibly well together, with the cutout here on the end, and even just that little bit on the end. So this is a brushed titanium, whereas this has a more of a satin kind of finish to it. But if you're after a nice all metal kind of look and feel, I think this makes a really nice carry. And I think one of the beauties of this is, if there's a person in your life that is the type of person that loves to have just little measurements and to be able to check things like that, these will make perfect gifts for things like Christmas, birthdays, Father's Days, all of that kind of thing. And kind of to put together an ensemble like this, I think it works really well for a nice engineering styled EDC carry. Now, when making the type of content that I do, it's incredibly useful to have something like this. Even just in general day life, just being able to check the measurements of things. Now, I never thought I was I just want to check the measurement of things kind of guy, but having something and going, I wonder what the diameter of that is. Oh, brilliant! It's just 10 millimeters. It's not an OCD. However, what you should be aware of is, if you are thinking of backing this and picking one of these up, you will have a new OCD unlocked, whereas you'll just be going around and going, 21 mil kind of thing. But yes, other than that though, I think for the people that are into EDC, but also that kind of mechanic side, or something in some sort of profession, whatever it is, where you just need to be able to take something out and take a quick measurement, yeah, incredibly useful. Plus they're a little bit fidgety as well, which is always really kind of nice, instead of sitting in a line at the post office and fiddling with a knife and the lady in front thinking that you're going to do something dodgy. Instead, just being able to sit and do with this instead. Anyway, you know what it's like here in the UK at the moment. So there you go. Now I want to say a huge shout out and a huge thank you to the team over at MecArmy. Thank you for getting in. Thank you for getting in touch and reaching out to me. I'll leave a link below so that you can see more from them, and also the Kickstarter, or the Kickstart that the RU01 is part of. I'll also leave some of my social media links so you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is... Where was I? Now we're doing stuff like I do on a daily basis, making this piece of content. I know I haven't done, no. It's a cat. You probably can't hear it. There was a pigeon. Cat jumped, pigeon flew. Anyway, I think this is coming out. No, it's not Sunday. I don't know, I've got scheduled this week. I think it might be coming out Wednesday. If it does come out Wednesday, I hope you're all having a good hump day. And yes, see you soon.